Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, it's Ultras, and I'm back bringing you the start of another by the guys over at Rocket League Xpress. And for this first game kicking off this tournament, I'm joined by none other than DF the Man, one of the creators of RLX. So, DF, how are you feeling for tonight's tournament?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's RLX TV2 tournament. Thanks, Altruism. I am so excited for this tournament. This is our first 2v2 tournament that we are hosting. And I must tell you, oh boy, I can't wait to see what tonight's have in store for us.
We have some incredible teams signed up for tonight. I mean, we've seen guys that have been pretty much taking a break for a couple of months. I mean, we've got Mother, who's come back, one of the top players in South Africa. I know Nyanfo has brought in Zebra, and they're coming in. So we're going to see some incredible skill tonight. And last time we hosted a 1v1 tournament that Nyanfo came through and actually struggled a little bit. Do you think he's going to struggle tonight, or who do you think is going to be his biggest opposition out of the teams we've seen?
Yes, that's a very good question. I think in the 1v1 tournament, we know Nyanfo to be one of the best 1v1 players. And we must say, I think maybe just before that 1v1 tournament, he was on quite a long holiday break. So I think he came back and he was a little bit rusty in that 1v1 tournament, which we could see. Even though he still won it, he is an incredible player. And I think tonight having Zebra, which in my opinion, CPZ is one of the best team players to have on your team, right? And I think so they are probably, like you mentioned, the favorites to win tonight. But I think they are facing some strong opposition. My best bet would be that one of the best opposition on the other side of the bracket would be the number 2 seed, which will be then Mother and One Perry, which obviously plays for OK Danger Kids at the moment, also the current number 2 TV3 seeded team in South Africa.
It's going to be very, very interesting to see how those two clash up. But those are not the only players we've got here. Tonight we've got Panthers versus Get Good Boy. I mean, Panthers we've seen in the Premier League and the Premier Division in the VS Gaming League for, a couple of months. I mean, they've been here for the whole year, if I'm not mistaken. They're a really good team. And Get Good Boy, though, I don't know who makes up that team. I'm trying to just find those players.
Right, so Panthers, yes. Panthers came in with a bang recently as well in the VS Gaming and especially ACGL, consisting of Thenic and Awesome, which both are real-life friends as far as I know. They both went to high school together. And, I mean, when we play them in some of the tournaments, you can really see that synergy between them, They know exactly where each other are on the field. They have great passing plays. So I really do think they are a very, very strong team going into this game, but particularly against Get Good Boys.
It's going to be very interesting to see. We're just waiting for Get Good Boy to join into the lobby. But for the tournament, I mean, this is the first, like you said, the first 2v2 tournament that we've got. You guys hosted a phenomenal 1v1 tournament that really came up to, what, 1,100 Rand final prize pool? Tonight, we seem to have beaten that already. I mean, this is the first 2v2, and this is one of the tournaments that the whole community has been clamoring for and really been really excited for. What have we managed to achieve with tonight so far?
Yeah, let me just get back to that 1v1, which was an incredible tournament. Besides the style of play and the level of play we saw, the community was amazing, by donating, commenting on the YouTube stream, the Twitch stream as well. And tonight already that prize pool, which was unprecedented in South African history with the 1.14K prize pool, and already tonight before the stream has even started, we have beaten that thanks to some generous donations from people in South Africa and across the country. And I think tonight, it's our second time hosting this. And as always, what we tell the people is the reason why we are hosting this is really to create a community, to have a place where the community can come together and watch South African local Rocket League. And I must say, we have a good team like Cool Guy with the web design and overlays, you and Alf with the casting, other people was also with the casting, Gabby G and Papa Caves in the first one. We have the resident memer Lazy also doing some fantastic work with our trailers and our after match videos, which you can check out on our YouTube channel. And the prize pool being top the previous one, just in our second tournament that we are hosting.
It's been phenomenal, the response. And I know that the South African Rocket League guys really appreciate that. I mean, I certainly do. I love watching the teams. I love playing in these. I've been stuck on the casting side, and I just cannot wait to sink my teeth into one of these tournaments. Just, maybe I'll hand it off to Alpha at night or something and go play with my team and jump into this. But that'll be really exciting to see this. And I must admit, I watched that video of Lazy Butt, and it was hysterical. If you guys haven't seen that, you have to go check it out on YouTube. But it has made me a little bit more cautious about how I talk tonight. I mean, I got featured there for conspiracy theory. I'm making sure that everything I say tonight is very, calm and clean and collected. So if you guys haven't seen that, it is probably my favorite video out of the Rocket League South African scene so far.
Definitely. No, I agree. It was hilarious. So we're just waiting for the teams to join in, and then we can have ourselves a match in the next few seconds.
So it seems like we've got Moyapi and the Last Templar coming. Moyapi, I have seen a while. Is the Last Templar someone that's changed their name, or because I haven't really seen them around?
Yeah, I think Moyapi actually took an extended break from Rocket League. The Last Templar, as far as I know, he is a cross-platform player, so he's not on PC. So it will be interesting to see. I'm not sure who he is now, plays exactly. So this might be in this game particularly.
This is one of the reasons why I like these community tournaments, especially with what you guys are doing, is we get to see players who don't really, feature in those high finals or anything like that normally get casted. We get to see, and for these guys, it's also a different experience to get casted, to, get their name out there and say, hey, listen, do as well. I mean, so getting to see, I mean, I've casted Moyapi a couple of times. I've actually played with Arsenal Fennec once or twice, but Last Templar, someone who hasn't played on a stream before, maybe this is his turn. And you talk to your friends about these sort of games. You go, oh, I play Rocket League, and they've heard of the Dotas and the Counter Strikes and stuff, but they don't get that opportunity to really see as much Rocket League as you want. Now you can show them a video in featuring yourself in it, which makes it even better.
Yes, I agree with you all. That is exactly what we're trying to do with this RLX initiative as well, is to get these players as exposure, but also the exposure to the other South Africans, all their South African Rocket League scene. Yes, they are. Come watch our videos, come watch our streams, look at our tournaments, look at our player interviews, look at our news articles on our website, on Twitter. Join our Discourse, be part of the discussion. And, this is good for that international exposure. I talk to some of the people of the professional players overseas, and I speak to them, and they don't even know there's a scene in South Africa on Rocket League. So all these things contribute really to growing the community. And I mean, I'm so proud of the community really participating. It's wonderful to see. But I think we can actually get in, if that's okay with you. I think all of them are joined and they are ready.
I'm happy. Let's get this show on the road. I mean, that's what we're here for. We are here to see Rocket League. We're here to see a couple of great players show what they can do, and they are starting to join. So Pamph's going to be on blue, and Get Good Boys on orange. Moyapi looking to start the kickoffs here for the side of Get Good Boys. It seems that we are struggling with a little bit of server lag. So this is one of the big problems, but this is one of the exciting things that we get with this new update coming out in, just a couple of weeks now. I think it's almost exactly a week. It is indeed, with the LAN play. How do you think that's going to affect tournaments? As a tournament organizer, are you excited for that sort of initiative by Psyonix?
Yes,
All right, guys, so it seems like we are actually going to jump to a quick break just to, set this up and not waste your time. We will be back in no time with some more action, some action, as we kick off the first game once we have a server that is perfect for your games. We want to bring you the best quality we can, so we'll see you in just a couple of seconds. And we're back, guys. It didn't actually take as long as we thought. We managed to get a correct server on the first try. So we are ready now, finally, for some Rocket League action. Panthers taking on Get Good Boys.
And immediately see a very good kickoff there from both teams, and clearing the ball. Orange team. See how this pans out.
Well, up he goes up. Thenek is there, manages to clear it to the side. Picks up the boost, pops it off the wall into the center, no one's there. Oh, Austin actually gets a beautiful touch over the Last Templar. Man, I thought the Last Templar had that. Nice little pass here by Thenek to get into there. Austin gets up very quickly, gets his nose over, and Last Templar actually just misjudges his height there. Managed to get an early goal for Panthers. That's the way they want to start this tournament.
Immediately we see that high school synergy coming through between Thenek and Austin. Beautiful passing play there from Thenek. That's what I mentioned, that you might see the passing plays happening between these two guys, especially.
Passing is what Rocket League is all about, and what's 2v2 especially, that's what separates us from that 1v1 tournament that we did, that we saw in the, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago now or so, is that, you know, individual skill means a lot, but it's how you play as a team. Can you get that pass to the center? And it has to be a very good pass and a very solid pass. You have to have that faith in your teammate, because if you dedicate for something that they make a pass, then and you miss it, then you're pretty much left with no one behind it. It can turn around to be an easy goal. So Panthers really setting the bar high in this first match.
Yes, I agree with you, all of you. And in 2v2, there's very, very little room for hesitation, right? You need to trust your teammate, you need to play fast, and your passes can't be too soft, because if you telegraph a soft pass, I mean, the opposition is just going to intercept that, cut it out, and then possibly score an easy open goal at the back.
We see now Last Tempo and Moyapi getting a passing play going together. Then it comes backwards off the wall, gets a nice clear, manages to take it at speed, actually jukes out the first one. Last Tempo makes a good tackle there at the end to save it, but Austin's right up there, pushed it into the right post. Then it gets a good shot, but a good dunk. Moyapi leaves an open goal at the back. Austin gets a reverse save there. Really good play by Panthers, and now they've actually left the Good Boys, Get Good Boys with an open net, but good little bit of half flipping there to turn it around.
There was some great pressure there from Panthers, piling up the pressure on the orange team, and then the orange team immediately coming there with a counter attack. But we see Panthers with quite an easy goal there, coming in. Austin with a good challenge there on Last Templar, and Moyapi just out of position, probably going for boost. Unfortunately, just not back in time quickly enough, and it's 2-0 Panthers.
A quick turnaround, a good dunk that you weren't expecting, can really set a lot of pressure and can turn the game around on its head. I mean, I'm expecting to see some games, and we're starting with already 2 goals in the first half for the side of Panthers. That one little dunk can really make such a difference, and they actually bait him out. Austin does an open goal, but then it misses. Last Templar manages to come around and gets a clear out. Puts it back towards the center, though. Moyapi is there to receive it, pops it onto the wall, and now he follows this into the air. Austin gets the touch. This is going dangerously towards the goal. There's no one home!
What a goal there from Panthers. Austin climbing off the wall, hitting that, keeping his second jump until the last second, hit into that ball, over the opposition, into the goal. 3-0 Panthers.
Seems like Panthers is just having that aerial superiority at this stage. Ooh, ball goes trickling towards the net. Austin knows where it is and knows that it's missing. Now takes it, slows it down a little bit, gets it on his roof. Nice little pop, and fortunately he can't follow it up himself. Last Templar knocks him to the other side of the field. Thenek now passes it to the center, but Moyapi gets a shot in soft though. Thenek now pops it far, and it's Last. Now it's a scramble back to the back to the save, but Moyapi's there to make that save.
Good save there from Moyapi, coming in at the last second to clear that ball away. You see Last Templar also there with a beautiful clear. And you spoke about clears now, Altruism. How important is good clears, especially in 2v2?
You know, when you've got 2 people pressing up, you've got to force them to not pressure too high. If you give them all the space in the world, then they can just keep taking shot after shot. If you get a nice clear, though, a good solid clear, and you make that a pattern in the game, the other team just starts to, you know, become scared to push up too high, because all you need is one good clear over your head, and there's no way you're getting back to it. You're going to come back and just have a nice open goal if you manage to turn around and defend successfully. So making good clears is probably about 60-70% of the game. Without good clears, you set yourself up for just, 20-30 shots on your goals, and no one ever wants that, no matter how good of a keeper you are.
That's very true, and we see there Arsen coming in with another goal. Arsen already on goals. A little bit of a K-way backpack on Arsen at the moment, carrying his team to victory here. It seems with less than 1 minute left on the clock, it's going to be a tough ask for the good boys to come back from. Do you think that they should already be thinking about the game 2? What are they going to do better in game 2? Or how do you approach this game? Because there's 1 minute left. Do you try and come back? Do you try and get momentum? What do you do?
I see Last Templar there was just saying that he was struggling with a little bit of lag, but what's important is you've lost this game. Like you say, is you've got to not tilt from here on. You've got to be focusing on that next game. Maybe shake it off a little bit, maybe get a rehost. But if you go from one game where you lost 4-0 and then take that momentum, give the other team that momentum going into the next game, then you're just going to keep losing more and more games. And you can't afford to do that. You need to be able to shake it off and go, right, one game, this is what, a best of 5, I think it is?
Best of 3.
Best of 3. You can't afford to give away another game. You are already on the back foot, and you need to make every shot count in the next game. So, like you say, just shake it off. This is one game. You've still got 2 to come back.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think what you could do maybe at the last few seconds is just try and get that momentum. Make sure that maybe, okay, what is the other team doing? Okay, how the second game? But it's all about maybe getting the momentum in the last few seconds, so you can take that into your second game and start with a very, very strong offense immediately, because that's what Get Good Boy will do now. But it's sometimes also good that you use your first game just to check out the opponent, see what their strengths and weaknesses are, and then tactically prepare around that.
You make a very good point there too. Get to know your opponent. We've seen a couple of teams do reverse sweeps from 1-2 games down in the bigger series, where they've just learned what their opponents do, learn where they're strong, learn where they're weak. And I definitely think if Get Good Boy can get a couple of those better clears, we saw Last Templar going up on the wall and knocking it actually back towards Moyapi in the net, and just keeping that pressure on their side of the field. If they can get those clears out, like we were talking about, so important. If they can get those clears out and maybe just be a little bit quicker into the air. Arsen was showing some great aerial skills there, making sure he can turn his car and get the hit where he wants it. So you need to be aware of that. Not let the guy go up before you, and actually just dedicate into that air. Be a little bit faster, get that pace up, and that's how you can bring it back if you're the side of Get Good Boys.
Yes, Altruism, I agree with you. They need to play a bit air. Arsen especially really playing very, very fast in the air, on the ground. But you see a double commit there from the orange team, Get Good Boys, and that could have cost them a goal, an open goal. But blue team just in time back, and we see Arsen score just after that missed opportunity from the orange team.
Man, that must be heartbreaking. They had an open goals. Either Templar, he could have scored that. It was right there, but because there was a lack of communication, they both just had stars in their eyes wanting to put that goal in, and they ended up getting in each other's way, making that turnaround possible and actually conceding a goal on top of it. So really, just maybe those are the nerves we were talking about. Just need to shake those off, get those together, and Fennec now looking in a very dangerous position. Templar makes a good pass there, in fact. Not just a save, but gets it to Moyapi. Moyapi contesting it now. Gets the pressure back the other way, and hopefully they can just shake. See it coming in. Templar just overestimates it there, and they miss another scoring opportunity, but they're getting a lot more aggressive in this game, which is nice to see.
Yeah, so that's a one positive thing that they can take out of this so far, Get Good Boys, is that they are getting those opportunities. Just now that they must make use of those opportunities and take them, and they will just be right back in this game, because I mean, it's 0 now.
We see a ball going now off the post there. Arsen just can't get his car around in time. Moyapi puts it down the field, chasing it down, gets a nice little touch around I think Arsen there. Templar comes in, weak shot though, means that it's saved. Fennec tries to go for the chip over the top, and Very, very lucky for the side of Get Good Boys that he didn't manage to get connection. No one was home. Moyapi makes a good save after a crack of a shot. Templar is there to follow it up, and now Moyapi is going to need to get into the air quickly. Gets a touchdown. Arsenal's backed up, pushes it back towards Orange Goals. Templar is there, gets it to the corner with only one goal in though, and 3 minutes left. This has been a much closer game than that first one.
Yes, and definitely, and even has the majority of position and the majority of opportunities. It just takes that one breakaway goal from a good boy to be back in this game and give them that confidence to maybe say, you know what, we can get another one. We see Thinnick there clearing the ball nicely to the cycle for Austin. Austin playing in the breakout. A lot to be old. People playing with breakout nowadays.
Ooh. Sorry, just while we were talking about that, Thinnick manages to get the dunk. Templar doesn't get up in time. Moyapi tries for the clear, gets the dunk, reads it well off the backboard, and just sneaks it into that bottom left-hand corner. Well played to him. That's 2 goals and slightly better lead, but with 2 minutes 40 in it. I must admit, the breakout is a nice car. I mean, we've seen a couple of new shapes for it and everything coming out. And there's a couple of really nice decals that I must admit I've considered turning around. I actually got one of the RLCS breakout decals, and I've been tempted to switch across to it just because of that.
Yeah, definitely. Very interesting. And we see there Austin again with another goal. Even though Austin is getting the majority of the goals, remember, like we mentioned, is the passing plays between these two guys are very, very good. So Thinnick is a very, very supportive player at the moment. So it's not that really that Austin is carrying this team. It's just that he is in the middle. It's like in football where the striker finishes and gets all the credit, but it's really you look at maybe the defenders and the midfielders who really set it up for him. And then, oh wow, that is a nice goal by Austin, and that he did alone. What an individual goal here, coming up from the turning his score with a nice aerial into the ball, placing it straight in the middle, hitting it, and a nice power shot there going into the corner. No one back though for Get Good Boys.
Yeah, Moyapi was close, but you got to admit that he didn't expect that at all, and you can't really blame him. A really nice play there by Arsen, and it's like you say, just looking at the scoreboard, Phoenix actually got his assisting badge there. He's got that playmaker badge, getting 3 assists and 1 goal of his own, so he's been involved in every one of the goals, even though Arsen really deserved that goal on his own. Oh, there's the passing plays were coming out. Arsen just misreads it, but by millimeters, and if he had got the touch on that, that would have been absolutely beautiful. Really set himself up nicely there. Moyapi looking to make an offense now. He's just proving that this Get Good Boy is not out yet, and he's trying, gets it up on the post. And, you know, with earlier goals that they just missed, I think this could have been a very close game here towards the end.
Yes, I think they will look back at those and think, you know what, if we have scored those, what could have been? What if situation? But it's not over yet. They can still come back. I just need to make one correction. I said Boston is playing with a breakout. He's actually playing with a backfire. My apologies. It is the car that is actually made quite popular now by Marky Duda of Flipside Tactics, who started playing with it in some of the big tournaments and actually had some pretty good success with it.
We see some passing plays coming out here. Really nice touch here. Zenek realizes he can't get the shot. Moyapi's coming in, so he just taps it up off that backboard, puts it into the center, and Arsenal makes no mistake. Again, these guys just back and forth between the two of them, so beautiful. I must admit, that backfire, it's car, I've tried it, and I wasn't as much of a fan of it as I am the Dominus. That's the car I've gone to. But it is amazing. It's got such a nice flat front that if you are a little bit unsure about your hits or you're wanting to get slightly better connections in your aerials or in your clears, it can really do a lot of work. There we see them trying to set up a nice passing play between the two of them. But that burner, backfire can do a lot of work. There we see some power coming out from a pretty simple touch by Arsen.
And you see a nice clear there from Arsen, just what we spoke about, how important those are. And we see also what I like about these teams is, and Thinnick with a nice goal there. We see Thinnick actually coming in to try and redirect it in. He grabs a 100 boost immediately. Look how quickly he goes up, saves his double, the second jump then onto the last second, and pushes that with a power shot past Moyapi, and making it 6-0 for Panthers.
Just a little bit of hesitation from Get Good Boy. That I seen that I think may have cost them a couple of the goals there. Just, you know, not sure where they should go or how they should attack it. And now we see Zenek trying to make it the 7, but Austin tries for the last shot, doesn't get it. 6-0 is your score. Panthers are your winners in this first round. They're going to go through and meet Nyan Febra, which is the CPZ and Nyanfo team. So they've done very well, and this was a good warm-up. They're going to need all of these skills that they've been able to do, and you know, they're in for a tough ask, but they're playing on form tonight with their passing plays, so they could give them a good run for their money.
Yes. Just for our viewers, just remember that we have a double elimination tournament, so good boys are not out yet. They still have the lower bracket to play, and as we know, you can come down from the lower bracket and do a flip side tactics and actually win the whole tournament. Panthers, however, are progressing to the next round, the main bracket, where they will be facing the number 1 seed, Nyanfo and CPZ, which is going to be an interesting match. And yeah, all the best to both teams. Both teams are still in contention for the title. And yeah, looking forward to the next games.
So well played to both of these teams. Guys, we will be back in a couple of minutes with your next. Don't go anywhere. This is the beginning of the tournament. We have a lot of Rocket League stuff to come. I've been Ultrism, and joining me is DF the Man. This is the Rocket League Express 2v2 tournament. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Cheers.